A very good morning to all of you. Let's start our third panel discussion, one doctor and two doyens. So to ask them questions is also a big honor. The topic is challenges in testing and certification of natural products. Before I start that, Dr. Balu, thank you for such a wonderful talk on a natural origin index. I mean, that is a subject which the entire scientific fraternity is vying for. There's a lot of talk. The entire conference is based on the theme of promoting natural origin products. And do they really make sense or not is the confusion that has been created all around, and everybody is looking forward to such more liquid cubes who convert cubes not only out of liquids but solids, gases and liquids also. So, welcome panelists. Rohan, let us start with you. Yeah. So, what are the challenges that you as a testing laboratory face while testing natural origin products? Are there any typicalities, or what are the challenges that you face while you are testing such natural products? I mean, when companies come to you saying that they are going to launch a natural product and now test us and tell us how natural it is, how easy or difficult it is for testing laboratories like you?
Where the natural product is being grown, all these complexities make quite difficult with the analytical procedures, specifically with the chromatographic conditions and spectrophotometry conditions. And to basically test that, we would definitely need a very strong protocol which needs to be validated, and with a known amount of CRM, which is also very difficult to get.
So guys, Rohan has a laboratory in Pune, food and hygiene laboratory, and last time we had requested the BNCP college to arrange a visit, but unfortunately the coordination could not happen properly. But I must say that after completing his education from Australia, right, he's come and set up a wonderful laboratory in Pune. So sometime all of you being from the same field or rather similar disciplines of education, sometime as and when he permits, good madam, you came at the right time. You should take your students and see Rohan's laboratory, the way he has set it up. I think he deserves a round of applause for that.
Thank you.
Over to you, Vinay sir. You yesterday spoke about how to identify natural products with the odd and even carbon chains, and you put it across in a very simple manner. Now, coming to the synthetic products, how dangerous do you find synthetic products to be, or what is your take on synthetic products?
Namaskar. Honestly speaking, I don't think all synthetic products are dangerous. Even natural products can be dangerous. It is what is the chemical active in that is what is important. I mean, there's no such rule that synthesized is bad, natural is good. I don't think so. However, there is a small difference. Just like natural can be slightly weak, synthetic generally, when you synthesize a molecule, you have different isomers in it, and all isomers don't get absorbed equally by the body. That is where you have to be a little careful. Side effects, everybody checks. But I would like to tell you something. You know, vitamin, there's something called thiamine. You have a synthetic variant called benfotiamine. This is one of the best synthetic vitamins ever created by man. So you can't say synthetic things are bad at all. I mean, it all depends on how it is used, at what dosage it is used. Benfotiamine is actually one of the boons of science to people like me, diabetics. Yeah, so that's what I would like to say.
Thank you so much. Moving on to you, Dr. Pandit. Since yesterday we have been discussing that in India, or at least when I saw in BNCP and Modern College, and recently at HV Desai College also, we saw fantastic laboratories being put up. Now, the question is, when we have to, or like Vinayji and me, we have been scouting for cytotoxicity test, and then one fine day we bang into BNCP college, and then very sweetly the professors there tell us that हाँ ये तो होता है हमारे पास में. So as industry we feel that, you know, why, yesterday also we discussed this, why academics and industry are not connected to an extent where, you know, such tests through academics are easily available to industry, wherein students also benefit from that. Now the question is, how are the facilities at academic institutes according to you, and how can industry and academics collaborate to you know, come up with an easy way to get these testings done for industry?
Yeah. Now it's actually very good question, because a lot of students are here. Depending on the different colleges, they are having a facilities. For example, let us consider HV Desai College. We are having a chromatographic based instrument like HPLC and gas chromatography. So both are in very good condition. And we are having a UV and FTIR spectroscopy instruments. Now the specialty of our college, my principal sir is here. So the specialty is that our students, those who are pursuing their graduation or post-graduation, they themselves use the machines and they teaches the machine to their juniors. And even from last like 6 months, what we are doing, our students, they are showing the use of instruments via online mode to the foreign students. So what we thought in this activity, that if students, they know how to get the use of that instrument for their betterment at the college level only, then they can get the good facilities in the their whatever the jobs they are going to secure. Now coming back to the question, where there are a lot of industries, they are looking for various instrumentation or various like characterization. So yes, in colleges there are some research centers where PhD students, they are doing their work. So in colleges, in HV Desai College also, we are having different types of lab, like a microbiology lab, environment science lab, where we can do the analysis of certain chemicals, certain food products also we can do. And in chemistry, we can do some characterization for natural or some, what we can say, a nanomaterials and those type of compounds. Thank you.
So can we have a mic to Professor Tabassum also? I have a question for both Professor Tabassum and Dr. Pandit. So let's start with Professor Tabassum. Since a couple of months we have been talking about this conference, to be precise 3-4 months. And what I have been overhearing from you as well and from Dr. Pandit in a similar manner is that हमारे एमफार्म के स्टूडेंट्स करेंगे, हमारे लास्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट्स करेंगे. नाउ दैट मस्ट बी अ वेरी जनरल स्टेटमेंट दैट कम्स आउट एंड विच इज वेरी नेचुरल एज वेल. But don't you think there is a need from the first? I'm not very sure, so maybe this question you'll answer me for my own clarity. Is there not a need from the first year itself to make the students skilled or industry ready or entrepreneur ready? Because the entire thrust, or if you look at the maximum audience here, they are either last year or they are first or second year of their post graduation. What about the first year and second year of the undergrads? And when I talk to a lot of students, so definitely there is a set of students whom I feel are industry ready or entrepreneur ready, but not most of them. So why is it so? Why is the thrust only on the last year or the post-grad students?
So just from the perspective of BNCP, the thrust is right from the first year. In the context of this conference, second year, third year and final year students all were briefed about the conference, and we've got a lot of undergrad student participation in the conference, and there was a lot of interest in terms of both volunteering as well as participation. So currently, if you just talk to the students, there is a lacuna which they are conveying, that they don't have time to see the posters because they are spending the entire day in the auditorium. So that shows their level of interest. So right, at least in BNCP, we start priming them right from the first year in different progressive improvement protocol. Last year शायद इसलिए लग रहा होगा because they are on their way out and we want to just what do you say, वो चम्मच भर के वो घुट्टी नहीं पिलाते हैं कि नो ये भी ले लो और ये भी ले लो और ये भी ले लो. So something of that sort, but the emphasis is right from the start because जब वो final year में आते हैं तो they are seasoned, hardened up. You can't make any damn change in them. Whatever changes you can make is right from the second year. So second year is a very conducive platform to, you know, channelize their energies, and we've got some wonderful examples. We've got some of our undergrad students publishing papers in impact factor 5 plus, which speaks volumes about their potential. So my only take in this is, if our students are not performing well, it's not their fault. It's our fault as teachers that we have not been able to identify their strengths and channelize them.
Okay, so that's very politically correct answer, but
No, this is factual.
then
There
let
is
me
no
go very
politics
straight
in
now.
this.
Now let me go very straight. Do you really, as for a minute, excuse me, for a minute, forget that you're a professor.
Yeah.
As Tabassum auntie chalega? as Tabassum Khan, let us say if there are 100 students in the final year of their undergrad and in the final year of their post-graduation, on a scale of 1 to 10, how industry ready or how entrepreneur ready are the students? The maximum number of students. I'm not talking about
So the perspective over here is different. If you see research project perspective,
Okay.
the students are 65 to 70% ready, masters.
Okay.
And if you see job perspective, communication skills, the undergrad students are 85% ready.
Okay.
So these are two different perspectives because the undergrad students do not encounter research. It's only since the last 2 years that they are working on projects. But our experience with students at BNCP, our undergrad students are 10 times more street smart than our postgraduate students.
So,
Sorry,
so no post-graduation admissions henceforth.
No. And I'm just, because you asked, I'm just being factual. Because in postgraduate students, we have students coming from the state. So already they are on a back foot because they are coming from different cities. So they need time to induct themselves. और यहाँ वाले जो होते हैं मिठी भाई से ऊपर आ जाते हैं. They're all, as it is like too strong, too confident.
इसको पार्क करके मैं थोड़ी देर में स्टूडेंट्स के पास ले जाऊंगा इस क्वेश्चन को.
हाँ.
So doctor, now the onus is on you. Wait, I will correct. She was very particular. मैं BNCP की बात कर रही हूँ, मैं स्टूडेंट फ्रेटरनी बड़ा डिफेंड कर लिया उन्होंने. HV Desai. Now again in context of this conference, I mentioned this to Dr. Gurav also. He's here. Pune to Mumbai is a straight line, Vinay sir. 180 degrees straight line. There's a whole lot of professional difference between Pune and Mumbai. So I'm not saying that one city is better and the other is not. Please don't misunderstand me in that context. But there's a whole lot of professionalism. Even my experience with this conference is the kind of front foot batting, if you call it, done by colleges in Mumbai is really appreciative. Coming back to students, and if we talk particularly about HV Desai College, what is the amount of skill set that you are imparting into them to make them industry ready, make them employable, or convert entrepreneurs out of them?
I'm very happy to say that this all type of activity about soft skill or special skills. For example, students, he might be from arts, commerce or science. We are conducting a lot of activities and giving his skills to them. Now, what ma'am just said that some of the students from first year, second year. Now, what I feel actually, they are not that much focused or that much serious. But when they go in the last year, no, then they want to secure some jobs. So that's why they want to, no, I want this certificate, that certificate, and they are then trying to attend all the conferences, present somewhere, then make up posters and do the research paper. So such type of things they are doing in the like last of the semester. In HV Desai College, we are having a lot of courses. Now, as per the new education policy, we are having some collaborative courses. And now, with I'm from chemistry department. Now, we are working. My students, they are working with microbiology department. Even from English department, also they are doing such type of courses where they can increase their skill. So what we are talking about the skills. So yes, HV Desai College, we are doing some kind of these activities which will surely enhance their knowledge and skills.
Thank you so much. You are very strong brand ambassadors. Yes, man.
Basically, the factual position is we as academic institutes, what we perceive as important for making our students industry ready is X. What the industry perceives is Y, and there is XY hydrogen bonding. Okay, so if we can make it a covalent bond, we've got two industry stalwarts sitting right here. So if we can get from them A, B, C, D, E, these are the minimum requirements for them to be employable, and this is luxury. You need to have a fan, you need to have a tube light. If you have an AC, that's fantastic. So if we can get from you, I think that will be in the interest of our students. It'll probably reorient them to what priorities they have already set for themselves. So we look forward to your contribution.
Thank you so much. Thank you. There's a small announcement
Yes.
that Abhishek needs to make.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very quick announcement. Abstract numbers from 59 to 70. Please proceed towards the poster presentation in the lobby. Requesting everyone, that is abstract number 59 to 70 specifically. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Rohan, moving to you. Between industry and academics, how do you see the role of private testing laboratories? How the synergies can be matched? I mean, do you have testing requirements more from the industry side or the academic side?
I would also like to answer ma'am's question over here, is that generally the courses, these courses which have been designed, they are not, I don't know the courses which have been going on just now, but at least from my time, the courses were not really designed towards the industry. So when we employ, as sir said that, if the students are really very well capable of handling such sophisticated instruments like GC or FTIR or any liquid chromatography instruments, it will be easy for us to adapt, at our end and mold them accordingly to our needs. The other thing also which requires is if the academia also gets in touch with the regulatory requirements, specifically, having some guidance towards the specifications, what is there for the products. Because as a industry, we are a private commercial testing lab. We get the sample and we test as per these tests, whether it complies to the standard or not. That's how we do on day in day out basis. So I hope I answered your question.
Any comments on the attitude also? Because the feedback that we receive from on-campus recruiters is, you have a mixed bag again. So you've got some recruiters who will say कि ठीक है, theory ठीक है, वो हम वहाँ training में संभाल लेंगे, but वो attitude और aptitude होना चाहिए. If you can just add your perspective on that.
Ma'am, the attitude is just they should be very, very capable of molding and learning everything. और मैं distinction लेके आया हूँ या first class लेके आया हूँ और मेरे को ऐसे चाहिए, I want this amount of salary, would really not make sense for your first time job. So that's how it is.
Thank you.
Thank you. A very, very important and a relevant point, which will also be spoken in some time in the conference, is about the attitude. And very rightly, you have brought it up. You know, when we, at least personally, I interview or I discuss with, say, Vinay ji, even Rajul, sometimes with Ajit Patil sir, the question is, industry wants to industry wants to validate them from various perspectives: attitude, skills, knowledge, discipline, consistency are those five parameters on which industry wants them to be ready as well, along with their technical stuff. A lot of times some industries have really spoiled the other industries, that they come with a preconceived notion of मैं इस कॉलेज से आया हूँ या मुझे इतने मार्क्स है तो मुझे इतना पैसा तो मिलेगा. तो ये this is becoming an impediment, and also the overall culture, startup culture, is being spoiled by a few factors. Here, that instead of the top line and bottom line, the reachability, the valuations have started mattering much. So that amount of daydreaming with the new startups has to stop. So I'm going to come to that point, and I'm going to make Vinay Paranjpe talk about his message to entrepreneurs, because he has been a guiding force to a lot of people. But let's keep that for a later time. Vinay sir, moving on to you, what is the general spend? Now, a lot of students here are doing some fantastic research, and we have seen that since yesterday. By the way, madam, it was Vinay sir's complaint also कि इतना ज़्यादा conference चल रहा है कि बाहर poster या I3 चलो सबने देख लिया, but posters देखने का time ही नहीं है. So sir, what is you also globetrot. So what is the general spend on research and development that any company needs to do of their revenue? And what is the R&D spend, if you don't mind, is that you do in your company?
It is very industry specific, sector specific. And automobiles can do something,
Okay.
cosmetics can do something else. But the benchmark is 7 to 20%, 7 to say 15% goes towards R&D. Maybe a similar number of the R&D spend goes towards natural ingredients or organic ingredients development. As far as we are concerned, we are focused only on the natural ingredients development. So I would say upwards of 80% we spend on development of natural ingredients. That's what I would say.
80%, if I have heard that right?
That's right. We try and stay away from synthesized
I
products.
think this deserves a round of applause if they really do 80% of their spend on R&D of natural products. But I'll do a fact check for this also.
You can. We pride ourselves in being a company which actually deals with maximum plant-based products. We have even created edible surfactants. So we go to that extent. We want it to be so safe that it should be called baby safe.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Moving on to you, Dr. Pandit. What are the skills or orientations required, according to you, to make these students industry relevant? I'm not talking about employment here. I'm not talking about making them entrepreneurs. This time I'm asking you a very specific question. How do you make your students in HV Desai College industry relevant? Industry relevant in terms of their acumen to understand the industry needs in a 360-degree perspective. As Tabassum madam said, कि उनका attitude भी ठीक होना चाहिए. Rohan also said about it. So what efforts or according to you should be done to make them industry relevant?
Continuation to these all points, I think whatever you count, no. Just now in that quiz, some student she said that there must be some quick response she wanted, no. So now this younger generation, they want a very quick responsive, and whenever they go to the industry, when they secure some any place, any job, they immediately want to switch the job because they will maybe they were expecting a higher package. So from our side, what we are doing here, we are not only giving them like a instrumentation skill or whatever how to face interview, such type of skills we are offering, but what I feel that student should be like a good human being. He or she should be a good
Lovely.
human being. Okay? Because what I heard from your side, from Rohan sir and ma'am, that whatever points we are just keeping count on that points. But if the person, if he is trustworthy to himself, then and then only he can do the best to the industry and best for the nation. That's.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lovely answer. Rohan, a debate, in-house testing or outsourced, in-house R&D or outsourced, is a question not only from students, from Vinay sir, from me, from Ajit Patel, from Reggie, everybody sitting here. So, of course, you are owner of a testing laboratory, so you would say outsourced. So please remove that baggage and answer us.
In-house versus outsourced testing, obviously. In-house testing has definitely has got us a lot of pros in it. You know, first thing is that when you need a certain test to be done on a very, very regular basis, in-house testing is always a preferable choice. It reduces your turnaround time in that case. And as it is a very vital requirement for that product to be tested, a certain parameter. So, you know, spending on that test as an infra is fine, I would say. But when I would say outsource testing, when there is a lot of infra capex required for that, then I would say outsource testing is very much visible in that case.
Thank you.
Especially when it comes to sophisticated instruments,
Yeah.
or especially when a microbiology lab is to be concerned.
Correct.
Because every industry can't have a LCMS, every industry can't have a GCMS, you know. Every industry can't have a microbiology lab, you know. Even if they do have, they would have certain pinpoints to take care of the staff to manage the lab itself over there. In that case, outsource testing is very much visible. But yes, definitely when there is a very regular parameter which is to be tested, a basic testing parameter, in-house testing is always welcome for that.
Thank you so much. Students, I not only because Rohan has been a friend since some time now, but I sincerely believe that you should connect to Rohan, and as he permits, in some lots you should go and see the laboratory. I was really amazed when I went for the first time. Ashish pulled me across and took me to the laboratory, but I did not regret that decision. Also, some of you should discuss with Vinay Paranjpe, particularly about a product that he designed for us in India. That's larvicide, a product to kill mosquitoes. Unfortunately, I publicly apologize, we haven't been able to do much with the product, at least as of now. But I was amazed when he made a product and gave me, saying that it's a larvicide, but it's edible. You can eat it. I mean, I was amazed, madam, with that product. So it was simple common sense that which is very uncommon these days, but that he applied and created that product. On the closing note, Vinayji, your economic quotient, your business quotient is
that.
yeah.
That product goes to Ruby as well. We did it together.
Yeah, sure. So you're very high on the entrepreneurial quotient, but you're very high on spiritual quotient as well. So on the closing note, a message from you for the aspiring entrepreneurs here. Post that, I will require 2-3 mics in the students so that I continue the question that I had asked to Professor Tabassum as to how industry or employment ready the students are. So, sir, your message to the entrepreneurs.
What do we say? To budding entrepreneurs, you mean?
Yeah.
Very difficult, actually. Not easy. All I would say is have a dream, create a vision, set your goals, and believe that you can achieve them. Go ahead, be fearless, be honest to yourself. Nothing else you can do, really. There's absolutely nothing else you can do.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So, I think honesty and trustworthiness, that also makes a part of attitude. So all our three panelists, if you look, Rohan spoke about attitude, Dr. Vikram Pandit spoke about trustworthiness, and Vinayji spoke about being honest. I think that's very important for the younger generation, for the aspiring entrepreneurs, aspiring CEOs to remember. Panelists, thank you so much.